Look at this thing. Hi guys, today we're unboxing the WOKIMA solar street light. So this is 100% solar, no electricity required because it has a solar panel included. We're going to assemble this thing. It does come unassembled. So I'm going to pull these parts out and put everything together, and tonight we'll be able to see how it does. Alright, so they did include an Allen wrench, but they did not include a screwdriver and an adjustable wrench, which you will need. Start by taking the solar panel and gently lay that face down, and take this flat bracket and lay it across here. Now you're going to use 4 of the B-type screws. I am sliding the nut underneath and then dropping the bolt down through to hit that nut, and then I can slide my wrench under, hold on to it, and then tighten it, because that nut underneath is pretty hard to get to. I'm taking the nut and I'm sliding it under here so it lines up with the hole, and then I can drop this bolt down right on top of it, just enough to get it started, and then you can slide your wrench under here to hold it, and then screw it from the top like that. That's the best way I found to put this part together. Alright, we'll put those 4 on. You need to attach this angled bracket to the side here. If you line up the metal holes on each of the brackets and then get those screws in, you can turn this to the angle you want, and then it'll line 2 more holes up. And when you put your bolts in those holes, that locks it in place. You'll end up with 4 bolts in this part of the bracket. Now you're going to take your panel and the bracket that's pre-welded onto the thing, you'll attach to it like that. This is what's going to give you your adjustability for the sun, depending where you mount this. This gets mounted on the side of the building, the wall, and then you mount your bracket here to this, and this will give you some rotation so you can point your solar panel towards the sun for maximum charging power. Alright, you can see I have these 2 bolts, one on this side and one on this side, and now this, until I tighten them, you can rotate that. Alright, now we have our panel attached to the tube here, and then your actual light just slips over the end here. But before you do that, you need to take the wire out of here and then fish that down through your tube and then out this hole here. I'm going to fish that out through there. Plug this in. And here's where the Allen wrench they said will actually come in handy. You got to loosen the plate on the front here. Slide that over, and then you tighten these Allen bolts back up to lock your light on. That will swivel on the tube. If it's mounted to the side of your house, you can rotate this to point the light at what you want to point it at. Alright, so the remote takes 2 AAA batteries. Those are included. Now, it has a darkness sensor on it, so you can see it's turning on. As I lay the panel down, it thinks it's dark out, so it's turning it on automatically. This also has an off switch on it. So you can see I just shut it off and turn it on. Now there is a brightness adjuster. You dim it or make it brighter. And then you can leave it on the auto setting so that when it senses enough light, it automatically turns off. But yeah, so that's nice. And then there's timers on here too. So if you want it to shut off, at dusk, only be on for a couple hours and then shut off, you can set it that way as well. And then they also send these 4 long bolts, which you can use the second bracket here. If you have a post you want to attach this to, you can use it to clamp around the post here and then bolt through it with these bolts. And then they also send some wall anchors. If you have a concrete wall you're going into, these would be anchors that you can pre-drill and hammer these in. And so that's nice to send concrete anchors as well. We're going to figure out where we're mounting this, get it mounted up, and then when night comes around, you'll be able to see how bright this thing really is. So pretty easy assembly. Definitely would recommend having 2 people, but it's easy to do. I did it with 1 person, and it really only took a few minutes. That's pretty straightforward. They are claiming this is waterproof, so we're going to test that out as well. But yeah, I'm going to get this outside and get her charging up, and we'll check it out tonight. Alright guys, it's starting to rain, so I'm just setting this out here in the rain because if this thing really is waterproof, this should have no effect on it. I got a whole bucket of water here. So we're going to install this and see if it works. We just soaked it in water
really put it to a good waterproof test here and make sure this thing can hold up in the weather. All right, I got it installed up here. Solar panel pointing at the sky, and all we have to do is wait for it to get dark out. You can see how bright it is. All right, guys, it is dark out, and here's the light. It's super bright. Check this out. All right, look at this thing. Like, it is lit up over here. So set this thing up. You want to play yard games or have it up for safety, or your backyard's lit up. Man, like, this really lights the area up. Great light, very bright. Let's turn on the low setting. Turn on the brighter setting. Yeah, I mean, look at this. 100% solar powered, super bright, and pretty easy to put together and install. Great product. If you're looking for something like this to light up your yard or your street, check it out.